Hello there, glad you chose RTV News. We bring you the latest here in Rwanda and beyond. This is what we have coming up for you tonight. On Wednesday, Rwanda entered into a new partnership with Pfizer, which will allow Rwandan medical institutions to access high-quality Pfizer vaccines and medicines that were previously exclusive to only developed countries. President Paul Kagame has joined the presidents of Malawi, Namibia and Zimbabwe, as well as the Vice President of Tanzania, for a discussion on examining the role of Africa in a changing global order. A meeting has been held in Musanze, Rwanda's northern province, bringing together those involved in the district's hospitality sector ahead of Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. And beyond Rwanda, flood victims in South Africa's port city of Durban had yet to recover from last month's historic rain when another storm hit this weekend. Thanks for choosing RTV News. I am Isabel Masozera. We are coming to you live from our studios in Kigali, Rwanda. On to our top story. On Wednesday, Rwanda entered into a new partnership with Pfizer, which will allow Rwandan medical institutions to access high-quality Pfizer vaccines, as well as medicines that were previously exclusive to only developed countries. Now, President Paul Kagame has hailed this partnership as a major step towards reducing medical inequality between developed and developing countries. Innocent Mugabo has the details.
The Accord for a Healthier World is now officially launched.
The official launch of the partnership took place in Davos, Switzerland, at the World Economic Forum meeting. At a press conference, the chairman and chief executive officer of Pfizer, Albert Bourla, noted that the Accord for a Healthier World partnership was conceived after the COVID-19 pandemic revealed a gap and extreme inequality in the rich and third world countries' health sector.
We are living in a time where science is increasingly demonstrating the ability to take on the world's most devastating diseases. Unfortunately, there exists a tremendous health equity gap in our world that determines which of us can use these innovations and which of us cannot. With all we have learned and accomplished over the past 2 years, the time is now to begin closing this gap even more. In this spirit, Pfizer is excited and proud to launch an Accord for a Healthier World. Through this groundbreaking initiative, Pfizer will provide all its patented medicines and vaccines that are available in the US or in the European Union on a non-for-profit basis to 1.2 billion people living in 45 lower-income countries. The governments of Rwanda, Malawi, Ghana, Senegal, and Uganda have already committed to work with us.
President Kagame,
President Paul Kagame sees the partnership as a major step towards closing the gap and inequality in healthcare, as developing countries are also going to have access to high-quality medicines that were only available to rich countries.
Mine is to, first of all, commend Pfizer and Dr. Bourla for this initiative. Rapid and affordable access to the most advanced medicines and vaccines is the cornerstone of this global health, of the global health equity. Pfizer's commitment under the Accord program sets a new standard in this regard, which we hope to see emulated by others, combined with additional investments in strengthening Africa's public health systems and pharmaceutical regulators. Accord is an important step towards sustainable health security for countries at every income level. Rwanda is very happy to take part in Accord together with partner countries, and we look forward to adding these life-saving medicines and vaccines to our public health arsenal.
Among those who also attended the press conference include Malawi President Lazarus Chakwera and American business magnate Bill Gates. Innocent Mugabo, RTV News.
President Paul Kagame has joined the presidents of Malawi, Namibia and Zimbabwe, as well as the Vice President of Tanzania, for a discussion on examining the role of Africa in a challenging global order. The Rwandan head of state emphasized that the lessons of the COVID-19 pandemic should not go to waste and that Africans should rise to the occasion and double their efforts with many challenges that the continent now faces in order for Africa to take its rightful place in global affairs. He pointed out that it is high time people on the African continent stop expecting others to solve the problems they face. Now, during the day, President Paul Kagame met with the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum on the sidelines of the forum's annual meetings 2022. Moving on, traders across Rwanda have expressed interest in improving the country's operations so that they can attract participants that will be attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting set to convene in Kigali in the next 3 weeks. We go to Jane Mutoni for more.
The colors of the Rwandan flag and the word Rwanda are the most evident on products made in Rwanda, mainly in clothing, body jewelry such as bracelets, earrings, and other products made with beads. People that make them and sell them said that it is one of the ways to introduce the country to the guests expected at the upcoming Choga meeting in the next 3 weeks.
It will be appealing to delegates because, for example, if I can make a bracelet with colors of the Rwandan flag or Kenyan flag, it looks beautiful and represents unity, or make one with all the East African countries or all the countries in Europe. They would be pleased, and more especially that it's made here in Rwanda and by Rwandan citizens.
The mayor of Kigali, Prudence Rwingisa, says the locally made products known as Made in Rwanda have a significant role to play in promoting the country and attracting a large number of visitors in a short time.
As we prepare for the big meeting scheduled to take place in Rwanda, it is also a good opportunity to exhibit locally made products so that people can see them and love them. And even as we free space, by the time the meeting is taking place, we want customers we will be receiving to have both locals and visitors to buy, hence promoting Made in Rwanda products.
The Chief Executive Officer of Rwanda Governance Board, Dr. Usta Kaitesi, says the private sector in general is important to the country as it also provides employment to many. If you look at it in the bigger picture, the fact that they are here shows unity in terms of elevating the livelihoods of people in various ways, and they provide jobs to people. As you can tell by the number of people on each stand, it's our choice to be working with these developing partners. At the Coffee Zone in Kigali City, there are exhibitions of more than 60 development partners in Nyarugenge district, including local service providers, medical services, traditional medicine, and domestic products, including clothing, shoes, decorations, and others. The exhibition brought together more than 60 people with the theme Good Service, Fast Development. Jane Mutoni, RTV News.
You're still watching RTV News. A meeting has been held in Musanze, Rwanda's northern province, bringing together those involved in the district's hospitality sector ahead of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Now, officials in the district and Rwanda Development Board have urged hotel and restaurant owners, as well as other players in Musanze's hospitality and tourism sector, to ensure that their establishments are in great condition and that they can properly host the guests that are set to descend on the country in June. Musanze is a hotspot for tourism in Rwanda, mainly because of Volcanoes National Park and its gorillas. Jesslyn Mugwaneza filed this report.
Chinigi Center is known of having many people due to having a market that is always active and many tourist attractions. As Rwanda prepares to host the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, Chinigi residents are also preparing themselves to welcome the guests by cleaning the roads and their neighborhoods. We are proceeding and we have courage because some of us make handcrafts decorations. We are making decorations for them to buy from us. We are cleaning the roads. We have no problem.
This is a parking for tourists, even though you see it this way. We are rebuilding houses so that they find this place clean. We started planting flowers on the road already, and we want them to find our houses rebuilt and clean.
The Chinigi residents and those running businesses in this sector are also ready to learn from the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting and increase the quality of their services.
I have a vehicle that can drive tourists. I'm renewing it, and today I painted it so that I can see if I can provide services to the guests. That is what I'm currently working on.
Chinigi sector officials have said that decorating the neighborhoods that are mostly visited by tourists will end by 15th June.
We are rebuilding our houses by putting tiles on them and repainting them. We have a deadline of 15th June to have finished all the cleaning and painting so that Chogam would find us clean and ready, except for places we are not allowed to renew because of the rebuilding park activities that are taking place. Other centers are being rebuilt, especially in the Baruhuya Center that is usually a parking for tourists. We want it to be a clean center, same as Chinigi. We also urge the residents to ensure personal hygiene.
Chinigi sector is located in Musanze district. It is a tourist hotspot in Rwanda, mainly because of the Volcanoes National Park and its gorillas. Members of Musanze's hospitality and tourism sector, especially in Chinigi, have been urged to ensure that their establishments are in the best position possible to properly host the guests that will descend on Rwanda in June. Ghislaine Mugwaneza, RTV News.
Genocide survivors in Kimonyi district appreciate the help that they receive in form of residency reallocation. However, they find it challenging that they cannot financially compensate those that helped them. Precious Kirezi now reports.
Mukarukaka Antonia is a member of one of the 12 families. She says the government agreed to construct her a house, but local authorities told her she had to find the plot of land herself, which she did because she was in urgent need of shelter, but she does not know how she will pay the 1 million Rwandan francs she now owes for the plot on which her house stands. How do you sleep peacefully when you're in another's debt, wondering if this is the day you get thrown out each time you see the landlord, even before he demands to be paid? I am not the only person in his debt, and I've pointed that out. All I ask is for a little help and understanding, and I aspire not to burden the government that wants to shelter me. This is a problem shared by 4 of the 12 families the government assisted to get housing. Some of them say they paid a percentage of the money, and others were not able to raise the funds at all because their financial means are limited. Meanwhile, the landowners say the payment delays are causing them losses and urge their facilitators to help them meet their payments. The mayor of Kamonyi says the problem will be solved within this year.
Compensation to residents has been approved and will be put into action. We intend to do this in the next few months, and this problem will be dealt with before the year ends.
The local residents say that after this debt is eradicated, they will endeavor to be self-reliant, which they will achieve with the government's support. Approximately 5 million Rwandan francs will be given to the families as compensation for the land. Precious Chirezi, RTV News.
We hope we earned the pleasure of your time. I am Isabel Masozera. Thanks for watching.